For the schools thinking of making a radio debate, what actually makes a successful one?
I think there are one or two ingredients to make for a successful debate. One is the panel. Secondly, the atmosphere that is created by the place that you go to. Obviously, you want the hall to be full. You want the hall to be full with a diversity of opinions and views, but all saying, I really want to take part in this debate, listen to this debate, respond to it. A lively audience, combined with an atmosphere that makes everyone feel welcomed into the community, whether that is in practical terms, making sure that the right doors are open into the right rooms, that people know where to go, a bit of hospitality, or whether it is simply a smiling face when you get there.
And what sort of challenges do you face as the chair when you're hosting a live radio debate?
The challenges vary. Your job is to be impartial between the competing voices, to give all panellists more or less an equal say, to test sometimes what a panellist says, and sometimes with a politician to persist, because politicians sometimes give answers that aren't as direct as listeners would like them to be. I put it mildly. It's also to make sure that the audience is engaged and enjoying the programme. So I try to have a bit of lightheartedness thrown in as well, to engage the audience in the best way I can, which is very often either going back to someone who's asked a question or asking for a show of hands on a particular topic. It's getting the feeling across that we're really pleased to be there. One of the really interesting things to me is that when you've got a live audience and it's a live programme, panellists respond really well. It's quite different from doing an interview in a studio or a discussion in a studio, because the panel senses the atmosphere. Sometimes it can be quite hairy. It can be quite noisy. People feel very strongly in audiences, and sometimes panellists have to overcome their views being subjected to a bit of hostile barracking. That happens. Likewise, it's quite nice when they get a bit of applause.
So what can a radio debate do that a TV debate can't do?
On television, you can see the facial expressions. You can see the audience. You can see the body language. The upside of that is that you get a sense of the atmosphere of the place. The downside is that sometimes you don't really listen to what's being said. On radio, you only have the voices and the response to the voices. So you can listen and hear the debate, usually quite clearly. Radio is a very, very good means of communicating ideas and thoughts and having argument and discussion and exploring issues. The fact that it's also live comes across, I think, well on radio. Hearing the audience and its response makes you feel you're at an event and not just listening to four people talking in a studio. And that atmosphere intensifies the sense of a drama as well as a set of important issues that are being discussed.